Rise, man.
The Force will be with you.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Star Wars Meg, here to give you all of the news from a galaxy far, far away, and as always to provide you with your daily dose of Mandalorian. In today's rather exciting news update, we're going to be speaking about big information that has come out about Moff Gideon. We're also going to be talking about a tease for big things to come in this second half of The Mandalorian Season 2, and we're also going to be speaking about the child, Baby Yoda. But before I get into the news update, I have a shout out for a great friend of mine who is also a patron to my channel, Daniel, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, my friend, and may the Force be with you. I really hope you have an awesome day. And Chapter 13 drops tomorrow, so I really hope you love it. We're all really excited to see Ahsoka Tano, and like I say, the long wait to see her in live action is almost over. But I've caught myself jibber-jabbering away too much, so without any more jibber-jabber, let's get into the news. So we're going to start with something a little bit less consequential for The Mandalorian, but it did make me laugh, and it's quite interesting nonetheless. So according to Business Insider, you can now buy Baby Yoda's blue macarons from The Mandalorian for $49, an overpriced cookie basically, and they're being sold at Williams-Sonoma, and we now even have a name for what they are. They have been appropriately and comedically titled Nevarro Nummies. I thought that was very funny. You let me know what you think of this down below. Nothing too important, but if there's anything jolly Baby Yoda related, I love sharing it with you guys. So let's get to the proper news. We're going to be starting with an article from We Got This Covered, and the title is The Mandalorian Star Says Season 2 Has Many Battles Still to Come. While some fans might say it's pretty self-evident, let's get into it anyway. So in a recent interview, Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Moff Gideon, stated the following: "I'll tease the past. We were able to refer to the historical nature of mythology that has already been laid out in previous Star Wars incarnations. This particular incarnation allows us as family members to really plant the seeds to realize a more cohesive world. So I love the fact that we're in such a futuristic show that throws back to the history and knowledge of what a warrior really is, and where the line between good and evil sometimes gets blurred with desire. It allows me to dream really big and to realize that no matter what we want to do in life, if we have the aid of people and entities that share the same feelings, then there's hope again. So there's going to be a lot of battles and stormtroopers and all of the dark troopers. Everyone will get involved. We're all in a fresh new place to bring it home. I'm so excited to be part of the show that is the best there is." So there he is teasing that the Empire is pretty much going to be badass in the show, or rather the Imperial Remnants, because he's hinting at the fact that the battles will involve the Dark Troopers that we saw at the end of Chapter 12, The Siege, and there's going to be more Stormtroopers. I really particularly enjoyed the Scout Troopers we saw in the last episode, simply because it was a callback to Return of the Jedi, and one of my favourite scenes is the Battle of Endor, where we do see the Scout Troopers chasing Princess Leia. And like I said earlier, a lot of people are going to say that this is not really surprising. Of course, we will expect more tension, more conflict, more battles in this season of Mando, but it's nice to hear it from Giancarlo Esposito himself, and to even name drop Dark Troopers. That's really cool. And I think with the past 4 chapters of this season, they're really building up to a huge conflict. In my mind, I would love to see Bo-Katan face off against Moff Gideon, or even Ahsoka, Bo-Katan and Mando teaming up against Moff Gideon and his Dark Troopers. I'm not too sure how they're going to use the cloning facility just yet in the rest of this season, but I will iterate the fact that it's more than likely we're not going to really see them until Season 3. But we'll just have to wait and see as viewers. So for our next article, we're actually still on the topic of Moff Gideon, because Giancarlo Esposito has also said that Moff Gideon will be back in The Mandalorian Season 3. This is hardly surprising for most people, but it seems that Gideon is back for another season. When asked about what we can expect, this is what he said: "It seems that way, but I have a feeling you'll see more of me next season. More than likely you're going to see a lot of Moff Gideon overall. I think you're going to see other storylines start to creep in. When we start to realize there's a deep connection between the show's storylines and the rest of the galaxy and what's really happening, maybe you'll get an inkling of what he wants." I really like that little cliffhanger at the end, that kind of sense of mystery, because Moff Gideon is ultimately a very mysterious character. For a long time I've had the theory that he's literally trying to emulate Darth Vader in every single way, and he has a passion for Sith history and Sith legacy, and while that's not been completely made concrete in the show yet, I do think we're going to see more of that. He clearly has some giant plans, I think first and foremost he has an obsession with power, and as such I think this ties into what Giancarlo said prior to the Mandalorian season 2 dropping, that Moff Gideon will be force sensitive in the show. Obviously he knows how to wield a lightsaber, or the Darksaber rather, but hopefully they show some kind of force sensitivity at least at some point in the near future on Mando. But please feel free to let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Would you like to see Moff Gideon as a force sensitive? Do you want to see more of Moff Gideon? Or would you be impartial to the potential departure of the character at some point in the future? And so now we turn to an article from Nerdist.com, and they've written one called Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian is returning for season 2. So as you guys are aware, on Disney Plus you can see Disney Gallery for season 1 of Mando, but now we know that there's going to be a second one. Unlike Netflix and Amazon, Disney Plus doesn't drop entire seasons all at once. So The Mandalorian is in our lives much longer than other streaming shows would be. And yet its time is still all too brief. Season 2 will only run 8 episodes, just like the series' inaugural year. Fortunately though, we'll once again be spending more time in a galaxy far, far away after the season finale. Disney Gallery The Mandalorian is set to return on Christmas. It will offer more behind the scenes looks at the making of the series. Hopefully though, we will get one episode at a time weekly. What's on Disney Plus reports that Disney Australia has already let the Loth cat out of the bag. It has announced Disney Gallery The Mandalorian will return on December 25th. That's the week after the live-action Star Wars series wraps. The show first debuted last year after the conclusion of The Mandalorian's first season. It provided an inside glimpse at how the show was made. That included in-depth looks at the writing, directing, special effects, music, and much more. I would say that my 2 cents on the issue is that I'm really excited for this, simply because we have lots of questions already halfway through season 2. Think about all the other questions that we're going to have once we've gotten to the finale. Personally, I'd like more of an explanation to do with why they named Frog Lady the way they did, who she is, does she tie in with the child, what was the creative process for coming up with her, because I've heard rumours that apparently Frog Lady, or rather Frog Man, was what George Lucas was originally going to call Yoda, and as such, did they use inspiration for that? Are they trying to link the two? I want to get inside the head of Dave Filoni when it comes to these kind of things, and Jon Favreau as well. Last year, a lot of things were revealed to us, especially with regards to the prequel trilogy, because Dave Filoni tends to link different aspects of the Star Wars universe together, so it won't just be about The Mandalorian, it'll be about how thought processes based on the Clone Wars, Rebels, and the Skywalker saga inspired different elements of Season 2 of Mando. So my dear friends, that is all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please give me a big fat like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and please also consider becoming a patron of mine on Patreon. For just $2 or $10 a month, you can get exclusive access to content that is not found here on this platform. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.